Dozier Memorial Hospital in Southport. Now, here are your hosts, Gabe Ross and Rachel Lewis-Hilburn.
We love the sound of a good band here on the 4th of July. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Southport for the North Carolina 4th of July Festival Parade. I'm Gabe Ross alongside Rachel Lewis-Hilburn. Got the call for you once again this year. Rachel, boy, it's a hot one for sure, but I'll tell you what, this looks like it's going to be a great parade.
It really is. Thankfully, we have a breeze this morning, and this parade, Gabe, is one of the highlights of the North Carolina 4th of July Festival. Made official in 1972, for over half a century now, we've been here celebrating, thanking, and honoring veterans, and just bringing the community together.
Right you are. We just saw going down the line Rich Alt, Mayor of Southport, our honorary Grand Marshals. We've got to thank our sponsors, Dozier Memorial Hospital, and of course the staff and crew at WECT for helping us put this on. We're going to get settled, take a quick break, and we'll be right back with all the action from Southport. All right, welcome back, everybody, to Southport. The Dozier Memorial Hospital float just going by, and up next, the Brunswick County Schools Parade's Marching Band. Great to have them here with us. It features combined high school bands from South Brunswick under the direction of Michael Palmer, from South Brunswick, North Brunswick under the direction of Patrick Barrett, and West Brunswick under the direction of Jason Seif. The bands perform at all area parades, varsity games. Let's listen into that drum line. Boy, do they sound good. Rachel, I'm a sucker for a good drum line, that's for sure. A sucker for a good drum line.
They sound really good, and it's so good to see them. We have a few marching bands this particular parade morning, and I'm excited about hearing all of our musicians today.
Right you are. Who do we have up here next? I believe we'll have the Civil Air Patrol, Color Guard, and cadets coming our way.
That's right. They're leading the cadets of the Brunswick County Squadron NC 170.
Coming on.
These guys were
now.
Founded in 1941, established as the official civilian auxiliary of the U.S. Air Force 7 years later. And the Civil Air Patrol, Gabe, is chartered by Congress as a nonprofit organization. Their purpose is youth development, aerospace education, and promoting general aviation.
Glad to have them here as they make their way through the streets, if you will, and look who we got coming up here now. It's our new Miss North Carolina, Sophia Kellstrom. She was just crowned, ladies and gentlemen, just last week, the 87th Miss North Carolina. She's the founder of Pennies for Heaven. It's a nonprofit combating food insecurity. And you can just imagine she's on top of the world, Rachel, just winning that crown.
That's right, along with a $20,000 scholarship.
Right you are.
And she wants to address world hunger, which is a wonderful thing.
City of Southport volunteers coming in now. Representatives on this float from the Beautification Committee, Forestry Committee, and the Fort Johnson Visitor Center Museum. The City of Southport thanks to the volunteers for all of their hard work.
We appreciate them so much. This parade and the festival wouldn't happen without these folks.
Now, don't let the lack of pom-poms fool you. Here come the South Brunswick cheerleaders. These folks bring spirit to Cougar athletics, both home and away games. You can see them in action at South Brunswick's football games.
Oh, we're going to get a cheer here.
Get a little treat here. See, I'm lucky if I can walk without tripping in front of myself. These guys have a whole routine planned out.
The precision is impressive. Again, this is South Brunswick cheerleading team.
Great to have them here.
And they're followed by Miss North Carolina teen Kate Ward, 2025. She's a native of Kenansville, North Carolina. She's a rising freshman, and she's a nursing student at East Carolina University. Her mission is to educate students on creating and preserving a clean environment through her Tree Hugger project.
You know, it's important when we get the folks from Raleigh here. Here's North Carolina Secretary of State Elaine Marshall. She won re-election last year for an 8th term. In 1996, she became the first woman elected to statewide executive branch office in North Carolina.
And of course, she's followed by North Carolina Commissioner of Labor, Luke Farley.
Yep.
He's the youngest labor commissioner in over a century.
Over a century.
Yeah, and his primary job, of course, the enforcement of labor laws, ensuring fair treatment of workers, a safe working environment.
All right, we got the Southport pilot coming up here. And they are celebrating their 50 years along with the Southport Oak Island Chamber of Commerce. Boy, check out this float. Got some music on the back of it and everything. Southport Pilot, of course, provides local news, sports, and event coverage. Riding on today's float is the president of the Chamber Board, Felicia Sexton, folks from the Small Business Customer Service of the Year, FinPoint Insurance, Nonprofit of the Year, Up Your Arts, and live music by Nowcat.
Coming up next, we have the U.S. Coast Guard Station Oak Island. They conduct search and rescue, law enforcement on the Intracoastal Waterway, the Cape Fear River, and out to 50 nautical miles offshore. Station Oak Island is dedicated to keeping waterways safe for the boating public, and we appreciate what they do.
It's a gorgeous boat, that's for sure. And up next would be, is this American Legion Post 543? The 7-man color guard.
Yes.
Got bagpipes on the back, too. They have 265 members. They support over 70 programs for Brunswick County veterans and active duty military. They also have high school student scholarship programs, too.
And coming up next, we have a little music, I think, behind them.
Yep.
But we'll get to them. We've got Coastal Carolina Submarine Veterans here. They are a chartered chapter of the nonprofit United States Submarine Veterans Organization. Their mission is to promote the U.S. Navy submarine service, as well as patriotism to all those in service to our country, which is what this whole celebration is about.
No clowning around there for sure. This next group, I think, might flip the script on that. That's for sure. It's the Sudan Dunn Clowns. Oh, boy, look at these guys. They're just... I'd say a barrel of monkeys, but they're clowns, so I don't want to mix the metaphors. The world-renowned Sudan Dunn Clowns have been clowning around, get this, for kids since 1952. They promote Shriners hospitals that have helped burn to disabled children. Each year they show up for more than 50 parades across eastern North Carolina. There's actually a South Atlantic Shrine Clown Association where they compete in makeup, skit, and parade categories. These guys have done pretty well, winning even at the international level. They have over 70 members, and they say they love making people smile. How can you not smile when it comes to this?
That's a lot like you, Gabe. And, you know, I don't know what dance moves they're doing right now, but maybe you should get out there with them and do the mashed potato. Yeah.
Do a little potato here?
I think, ooh, here we go. Gabe Ross,
all right,
everybody.
Gonna go out here and dance a little bit.
Ooh.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, look at that, little wiggle. There was promise of mashed potatoes, but I think they're talking the dance. You guys having a blast today? And we are glad to have you here. Rachel, who do we have up on deck?
Coming up next. Oh, there they go.
Oh, boy.
The Southport Fire Department's Model T is coming next. This is a 1922 Model T fire truck.
Who brought these clowns?
The Dunn Clowns. They are always so much fun, and they always make us smile. We really appreciate what they do.
This Model T, look at that, a 1922 set. This thing's more than 100 years old, and look at it doesn't look a year old with that restoration job.
It served the city of Southport for 30 years, and then it was completely restored by the Southport Fire Department in 1992. Today, the Southport Fire Department displays the truck, which has all its original parts, in a glass enclosure at fire headquarters. Kind of amazing.
That is really cool. Yeah, just the beauty on that. I've been getting into, some classic car restoration, of course. As far as I'm concerned, classic restorations like the 80s from when I was born. But hey, you know what? It's it's 50-year-old cars, you know? I mean, they got some age to them now. Behind them, we got the ladder truck. It's a little more modern, we'll say, than what we had from the 1920s. How about something more from 2020? This is truck 343 coming in. And actually, a couple of these coming up are going to be memorials to the fallen firefighters of September 11th, 2001. So engine 343 honors the 343 firefighters killed on 9/11. This truck taken out of service, wrapped in the 9/11 theme, and paid for by donations to the Southport Fire Department, saying, hey, we will never forget our brothers and sisters.
And then we've got the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office on motorcycles, and they are leading this very special exhibit coming up. This is a Tunnel to Towers 9/11 Never Forget Memorial exhibit. And of course, the Southport Fire Department sponsors this exhibit. They actually paid to have it come today. The Tunnel to Towers 9/11 Never Forget Memorial was on display here in Southport until yesterday. It contains actual artifacts from 9/11. And this all began with a story of New York City firefighter Stephen Siller, who lost his life rescuing people from the World Trade Center. The organization that manages this mobile exhibit also has a robust 9/11 education program for grades K through 12 based on first-person accounts, and they run assistance programs for first responders.
You know, understanding the past to shape the future, very important. And you think nowadays, kids in their 20s, some of them not born during 9/11. And so to be able to bring that history out from just the regular museums is quite incredible.
That's right.
Southport Fire Department golf carts coming up here, and some more clowning around with some of the members there. I'll tell you what, wearing those fire pants in this kind of heat, you know, it's more on them, right? But they've got their, it looks like they've got their water rescue vehicle here as well, the fire marshal coming through.
Yep.
A couple of fire marshal boats in the back. You don't think about, you know, fires on the water, but it really is such an important thing to remember that, you know, those boat fires happen quite frequently. So, you know, kudos to them for keeping us safe on the water, on land. Great to have them here in the 4th of July parade.
Up next, it's the Brunswick Town chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution. They are proudly celebrating the nation's 250th anniversary, getting started a little early, as many are, a year ahead. They're also celebrating their own 50th anniversary this year. They are a lineage-based membership service organization for women who are direct descendants of soldiers or others of the Revolutionary War period. They are a nonprofit, and they work to promote historic preservation, education, and of course, patriotism.
Beautiful float, and amazing, of course, how far wardrobe has come in that amount of time from the Revolutionary days. But yeah, wonderful part of our nation's history on display here in Southport. Behind them, Superior Court Judge Jason Disborough. He's the senior resident Superior Court judge in Brunswick County. He's held the position since May of 2020, and he's lived in Southport for over 27 years, and he lives here now with his wife, Christy.
And then in the pickup truck, we've got Judge Ashley Gore. She is the senior resident Superior Court judge for Bladen and Columbus counties. She has served the people of southeastern North Carolina since 2017. And she says she's honored to participate in the 4th of July celebration. She'd like to thank our veterans and active service men and women for their sacrifice for our great nation. And she lives in Whiteville with her husband, Brad.
Behind her is District Court Judge Sarah McPherson. She serves Brunswick, Columbus, and Bladen counties as a certified juvenile judge in advanced child welfare. Off the bench, she enjoys time attending Trinity United Methodist Church in Southport, fishing, spending time with family, of course. And she's grateful to those who have served in the U.S. military and wishing everyone a happy 4th of July.
And next we have the Veterans of Foreign Wars post of Boiling Spring Lakes. That's right here in Brunswick County. They provide support to veterans, their families, and the community. They do this through patriotism and civic responsibility, and they consider themselves the voice for veterans everywhere, defending their rights and benefits. We appreciate them.
All right, and behind this is another trip back in the time machine. How about some vintage military vehicles? It's part of the Vintage Military Vehicles Club and Veterans Association, a small group dedicated to restoring and preserving these vehicles of World War II from all branches of the military. The veterans riding along are a part of the PGA Hope Wilmington program. Loggerhead Golf Company, the organizer of the program in Wilmington, which allows veterans to learn and play the game of golf completely free. And look at the restoration job on this. This is pretty significant. We got 4 Jeeps here in the lineup. We've also got an 18-foot truck coming behind it. And then if my eyes don't deceive me, we got a 20-footer behind it as well. That may be a different organization, though. No, it might be it.
This is impressive.
It is. It's amazing.
Bill Hawley of the U.S. Navy from 1969 to 73. Wow. Connecting veterans through the game of golf. That's Loggerhead Golf Company.
Okay, that's what the truck is. All right, that's what we're seeing there.
And then they are followed by the Oak Island Fire Department. It's always fun to see the fire departments in their traditional trucks and hear the sirens. It's one of 2 newer fire engines for the Oak Island Fire Department called the Pierce Enforcer. It has a 1,000-gallon tank, a 1,500-gallon per minute pump,
wow,
and a 4-man cab. And of course, it responds to fire, rescue, EMS calls. They are staffed 24/7 on Oak Island.
I love the little spinny thing on the front of the truck.
That's right.
That's really get your attention too.
That's what it's called, Gabe. That's the technical term.
The technical term
spinny thing.
is the spinny thing
Yeah.
on it. All right. All right, we have the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office represented here, starting off with a golf cart. Sheriff Brian Chisholm leading his caravan of vehicles here today. Sheriff, of course, of Brunswick County. Behind him, we have Brunswick County Sheriff Chief Deputy Brian Sanders.
And then, of course, the Sheriff's Office Mustang.
Oh, it's a beautiful Mustang.
It really is.
And then behind them, Animal Protective Services. You know, you might think about going to Animal Protective Services if you're looking for a forever friend. Get some of those animals out of the shelter. They really make lifelong companions, and you won't be sorry, folks.
And next, we're looking at the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office Dare car, the Camaro.
Yeah.
This Camaro serves as, well, the Dare car is basically an acronym for Drug Abuse Resistance Education.
Yes.
Resist drugs and violence. We appreciate that lesson being taught early.
I remember that being taught during my school days as well. Those messages sticking along. We've got the chaplain here as well. This is the last entrant here from Brunswick County, and glad to have them here. And the passenger side is Cece. I know Cece from the Pause for People Foundation.
Oh.
And just a wonderful, wonderful group there. But of course, as the chaplain, you know, very, you know, sometimes very hard and difficult job. Good to see you guys.
And it looks like we do have
we get
another.
the volunteers. I'm sorry, I didn't want to leave them out.
Yeah, of course. I think. We've scrambled the order a little bit, but it's the Voice Car Citizens Patrol.
Yep.
And VOICE stands for Volunteer Observers Impacting Community Efforts. The citizen volunteers, and we appreciate what these folks do so much. We're hearing a lot about volunteers today, Gabe.
Now, I don't know who this Stilts guy is. Oh, okay. I think they're saying he's part of the next one. I don't know, but. Okay, we got the citizen cars coming in. We got some classic cars coming in. 2 classic cars, all part of Better Beach Sales. Team of 9 real estate agents that service all of Brunswick County. They say their expertise in the local area and the real estate industry are perfect for matching you with your next coastal dream home or investment property. And behind that, hey, what's better than 1 entry? 2 entries from Better Beach Rentals and Sales. They do more than just sales. They do rentals as well.
That's right. They're celebrating 20 years in business. They manage over 450 properties here in Brunswick County with a portfolio ranging from oceanfront estates to cozy condos, cottages for families of all sizes. Love that float. And their homes offer amenities such as private pools, hot tubs, golf carts. They help people with either short-term getaways or long-term stays. And they've got a little music going on with their fans on that float.
They do. Got the grill out there, too. It is a great day to be grilling, that's for sure.
Yeah, that would be a fun float to be on today.
Well, you know what? It's a good reminder here to say let's thank our sponsors from Dozier Memorial Hospital for sponsoring this. We want to take a quick word from our sponsors. So after this quick break, we're going to regroup here and bring you the rest of the North Carolina 4th of July Festival Parade. Stay with us here in Southport. And we're back here, whizzing through the intersection. Jean Toner, the mayor of the town of St. James, by the way, celebrating their 26th anniversary this year. Directly behind her in this beautiful classic car is Mayor Liz White, the town of Oak Island.
And they're followed by the Sudan Roadsters, Gabe.
Yes,
These guys
they
are so much fun. They're Shriners from Sampson
Of course.
County. They formed in 1991. These guys perform in about 25 parades throughout the year to help support the Shriners hospitals for children. And their tagline is, "We play so a child may."
I'll tell you, if you couldn't make it to the Indianapolis 500, this is about as good as it gets. I got an extra microphone here. I'm going to spin that around so you can just pick up some of that noise. This will be for the benefit of those with 5.1 surround sound, although, you know, we're just broadcasting in stereo here in Southport. Here they come. Always a crowd favorite when you see them here every year. Yeah, that's precision driving.
There's actually a school for this,
There
a
is.
precision driving school.
Do they get a little mini driver's license out of that? I'd imagine with that kind of car, we can get them come on through. And there they go.
The Sudan Roadsters from Sampson County.
How about that? Boy, that's about as entertaining as it gets, folks. That's that's for sure. Glad they're doing so safely. You know, we've seen some accidents on the parade route year after year.
That's
so
right.
Glad to have them here. Looks like Cape Fear Fitness is up next here in the big truck, the big Chevrolet truck rolling through the intersection. Southport's premier community gym. They offer group fitness classes, personal training, 24/7 access, and a welcoming atmosphere. Locally owned and operated, they say they're proud to support healthy lifestyles and help members reach their goals.
What great enthusiasm.
Yep.
And they are followed by the City of Boiling Spring Lakes Mayor Jeff Weinkoff. We'll see Jeff in just a second. There he is. He's served in local government for over 10 years. He was elected mayor of Boiling Spring Lakes in 2021. He's married with 2 children, 3 granddaughters, and a grandson. And his mission, he says, is to work for the people he serves.
Behind Mayor Weinkoff, we have the town of Caswell Beach Mayor George Kasler, and also the town manager Joseph Pierce in the car as well. At least we got Mr. Kasler identified there on the sign in the golden Jeep. And how about behind that, North Carolina 4th of July Festival Chair, I believe, or
Lucinda
Festival President,
Arnold.
Lucinda Arnold.
That's right. She owns 2 local businesses, Coastal Painting and Improvements, and made new interiors and decor. She's active with nonprofits and the chamber, and she is thrilled to be the 2025 president.
And one of the most stellar hats I've ever seen, that's for sure. Cape Fear chapter of the Antique Automobile Club of America coming through now. Got some classic cars rolling through. And they were established in 1972, more than 100 members. The club involved in a lot of activities throughout the year, parades, social events, picnics, tours, parties. And who could blame them? These kind of classic cars.
They know how to have fun, these guys. And they are followed by Brunswick Search and Rescue, which is coming up in just a moment.
There they are.
Brunswick Search and Rescue volunteers have been proudly serving the county and surrounding areas for over 25 years. Their team, all volunteer, supports local law enforcement and emergency management in locating lost or missing folks. They use canines, drones, including water drones, and search services. And they train constantly so others may live. And they'd like to thank everyone for their support.
Great to have them here. Boy, the temperatures are kicking up here. That's for sure, but hey, it's what you expect here for early July. Behind them, we have eventually coming the Keystone guys, but looks like we've got another truck as part of the search and rescue organization, and then behind them, the Sudan Keystone Kops. I know what you're thinking, right? A good cop needs a good robber to put in jail, and that's what we have here with the Sudan Keystone Kops.
Ooh, are we going to see an arrest?
Oh, we might. I'll tell you what, we might. Then again, they might have already taken the legwork out of it for us, so that way, you know, we don't wind up on Cops on the Fox Network, right?
Looks like we have somebody already in jail.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
All right.
This guy's based out of Jacksonville, the Onslow County Shrine Club. 1975, when they organized, those that aren't familiar, They're based on Max Sennett's characters in the early 20th century silent films, the old slapstick movies. The cops were an incompetent police force dressing in ill-fitting, unkempt uniforms. Their focus, helping children with orthopedic needs since 1922.
Up next, St. James Fire and EMS Department, 100% volunteer.
Yeah, beautiful truck they've got on display here.
Their team includes 46 firefighters, 28 EMTs, 25 fire police, and Chief Scott Boyer. And they have 2 fire stations, which house 3 pumpers, an aerial ladder, a couple of ambulances. There's even more than that. And you'll remember when we saw Mayor Gene Toner, they're coming up on their 26th anniversary.
Now, this ambulance that you see on your screen is one of 2 that St. James has. It's a 100% all-volunteer team. Cannot stress that enough. And again, celebrating their 26th anniversary here. Incorporated in 1999. Check out this boat, the Southport Lions Club truck and boat on the trailer. They've been serving the community, the Southport Lions Club, that is, since 1945. The club has run a boat raffle for years. We're talking 1978. This year's boat from Chatley Boats, a 2025 Carolina skiff, a 19 LS with a 115 horsepower Suzuki motor and a trailer. The boat is, of course, the first place raffle prize. Second place prize is a 1-year membership with the Freedom Boat Club of the Grand Strand. I can speak for that. My in-laws are a member of the Freedom Boat Club. And third place is $500 cash. All of the proceeds, by the way, from the raffle going to local charities. So if you're thinking about it, hey, it's going to go to folks who need it.
And coming up next, we have Treehouse Customs. These guys are based in Southport. They specialize in printed apparel and embroidery, whether it's custom shirts for a fun event or professional uniforms for work. They bring your ideas to life, and they work with individuals and businesses to create unique, high-quality designs that stand out, like their truck.
Right, they are. And I know what you're thinking. Treehouse Customs. No, they do not build tree houses here, folks, despite the name. It's still really cool. You know, they were yelling at us earlier when we were setting up, hey, my mama wants to see me on TV. Well, guess what? There you are, getting your TV time, courtesy of our pal Evan running camera there. So glad to have them here. Behind them, Jamerson Garage Doors provides garage door repair, maintenance, and installation for Southport and the surrounding areas. They also provide emergency repair services for trapped vehicles or unsecured doors. And let me tell you, as a homeowner now, just past my first year, I've discovered the importance of making sure your garage door works as it should.
Ooh, we have some animated animals coming our way. This group of Shriners, they're from Johnston County.
Yes.
And Gabe, these guys love to dance.
That they do.
They love to dance like you do and take pictures.
They love to dance, which is amazing. You can dance, be an animated character, and take the picture as well. Look at that.
Yeah.
Getting down right there.
They walk the parade so that a child may walk one day. This is all fundraising for the Shriners Hospitals. We appreciate what they do.
Oh, yeah. Got some good jams going here, too. We got the bus in tow as well. It's a 40-foot RV. And if you're wondering if it's air-conditioned, all you have to do is look at the smile on the face of the driver. Of course, he's rocking out to the jams, but also, hey, he's in the midst of all that air conditioning. Oh, beautiful vehicle here. Hey, we're glad you're with us here in Southport. Again, Gabe Ross and Rachel Lewis Hilburn on the call for the 2025 North Carolina 4th of July Festival Parade. Behind the Sudan Shriners animated animals, we've got the Port City Rollers wheeling into the intersection here, skating out of Scooters Family Skating Center in Wilmington. By the way, that right across from our station, Shipyard Boulevard, promoting all styles of roller skating and all ages of skaters. The group is made up from folks from 8 years old to 68 years old. You're never too old to roll, according to them. Another one of their taglines, they live to skate, we skate to live. It's a great cardio exercise, by the way. If you haven't done it in a while, it really is fun. Can vouch for that. Adults come to Scooters every Thursday night. The kids come out on the weekends. Lace up your skates, get your roll on, maybe do some cool break dancing like this guy. Whoa!
That pavement's got to be hot.
That has got to be very toasty pavement, and I'm sorry, Brian, for straight. That was impressive.
What people will do for their art, that is amazing.
That is for sure. There you go. Everyone from all ages. Hey, you might even get yourself a disco ball helmet like this guy riding around. This is fantastic. Oh, and a bubble machine. that's about the most refreshing thing you could have here.
These guys know how to have fun. When was the last time you were on roller skates,
Oh boy,
Gabe?
I got to go back to September of 2023. One of my wife's best friends turned 30 years old, and she thought, hey, what better than actually to go to scooters and roller skate? I haven't been on skates from that point in about 2 decades, folks, and it really is like the metaphor, riding a bike. You get back on the skates, you be careful. You're not, zipping around like an Olympic speed skater, mind you. Of course, it's not ice either, but take your time. It's a lot of fun. Cannot recommend it enough.
They look like they're having a blast.
Yes, they are.
And coming up, behind them, we've got Brunswick Community College. They offer one-stop specialists. They offer certifications to associate degrees. They're your local source for learning with over 250 courses to choose from, plus financial aid. Are we getting bubbled?
We're getting bubbled over here, so I don't want to discount Brunswick Community College in the golf cart, but this is refreshing.
It really is.
And then behind them, we've got an SUV from the community college, and I'll tell you what, they usually have a large box truck that comes as well. I believe you can get your commercial driver's license as well. That's one of the programs that they offer. So we've seen that in years past here with the parade. So great to have them here.
And they're followed. We're going to see another fire department in just a moment. The Bolivia Volunteer Fire Department. So many of these are volunteer fire departments, and it's a great time to celebrate what they do for the community. It's a 34-foot fire truck. It's engine 772 today, which is a 2024 E1. It holds 1,000 gallons of water. I can't even get my mind around that, what that means.
1,000 gallons.
And because they're a volunteer fire department, they're always taking applications. They're always looking for new volunteers. So if you've ever thought about, volunteering for a fire department, check out the Bolivia Volunteer Fire Department.
One of the many great communities here in Brunswick County. As we take a look at the truck making its way through the intersection here, we'll shift to some Daredevils coming through here, specifically the Sudan Daredevils, another Shriner unit. And we talked about precision driving earlier with the roadsters. The Daredevils, they've got an extra level of difficulty. First off, you see them going over the ramp there. This is something that we have seen in years past. Take a lot of skill, and unfortunately accidents do happen. We don't want to dwell on those accidents, mind you, but it just goes to show you how dangerous these kind of things can be, and the stunts performed here by trained professionals. Kids, do not try this at home. Cannot stress that enough.
Please don't. That ramp that they're coming off of can be very slippery in inclement weather, and we did see that happen one year. But so glad it's a dry, beautiful, slightly breezy day. Is that fair?
Yes, a light breeze every once in a while does feel great. But award winners here for their work as the Daredevils, raising funds for Shriners hospitals and burn units across the nation. Yeah.
It's all about the kids.
All about the kids in these cases. That's why we love to see the Sudan Shriners, the animals, the Keystone Kops. They're a staple every year in these parades, folks. And you think of the good work that they're doing, and it never gets old. It never does.
It really doesn't.
Boy, look at that driver. Again, if you missed the Indianapolis 500, here's your Nat Pop.
And Gabe, I feel completely safe here, sitting on this stand with these precision drivers going by.
Oh, I do too.
I trust their training.
Our camera operator, Evan, there, you see the shot he's got as they're going up. He is coming within feet of these guys. But again, precision driving at its finest. Great to have them here. We've got Brunswick County Habitat for Humanity off in the distance. This blue truck that's making its way into the intersection here.
It's betasseled.
It's bedazzled, yes.
Brunswick County Habitat for Humanity brings people together to build homes, communities, and hope. They describe their work as putting God's love into action. And you can shop, volunteer, or donate to help build homes for people right here in Brunswick County. And that's one of the neat things. Have you ever volunteered for a habitat build? It's just a neat thing to go out to a construction site and meet the folks whose homes you're building and meet other folks in the community.
Exactly. The joy and the happiness. I mean, money can't buy that, folks. So highly recommend that. Volunteer your time. Here comes the Brunswick Arts Council. And boy, this is an interesting one. First off, sponsored by Dozier Memorial Hospital. You notice all the pirates.
And what do they say, Gabe?
They say, it's the pirate's life for us.
Ooh.
That
was a pretty darn good pirate
I'm not
accent.
sure if that was like a Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob or SpongeBob, or I don't know what it is. But great to have them here, swashbuckling all the way through, celebrating the history of pirates and the fun of them here in the Cape Fear. Some of our favorite pirates include Blackbeard and, of course, Anne Bonny as well, and Steve Bonnet.
That's right. You know, we have the wreckage of Blackbeards right off the coast of North Carolina, off Beaufort, in Beaufort Inlet.
Oh, F3 Bruco coming through our way. Look at these strong guys.
Oh, here we go. We're gonna do a truck pull. It looks like.
I think we're gonna do a truck pull. Let's see what they do here.
You think they can do it?
I hope so. All the tension built. Oh, okay. I'm gonna treat it as some jumping jacks. All right. Yep. Gonna jump around here. There's your reminder here on this 4th of July, perhaps in between beverages, to get a little exercise.
They're offsetting what's going to happen later today.
Exactly. The barbecue calories, cannot stress enough.
And F3 stands for fitness, fellowship, and faith.
Yes.
Okay, they're getting applause for their jumping jacks. And I guess it's because they were precision jumping jacks, but here comes the exciting part.
How'd you like to be the guy in the front that's got the loop around, putting all your body weight? They put the skinniest guy in the front to just lean into this. I love it. I love it. Great job, guys. We're getting the thumbs up. They're getting the crowd rallied here.
These guys are all about growing male community leadership, and they have workouts that are free, open to all men. They're held outdoors, rain or shine, I believe it.
Yep.
They're peer-led in a rotating fashion, and they always end in a circle of trust.
That they do. Caitlin Richardson Group, Intracoastal Realty, up next here on the flatbed, not flatbread. Can you tell I skipped breakfast this morning? They proudly serve Southport, Bald Head Island, Oak Island, and the surrounding areas. It's
all right, Gabe.
It's hot out here, folks. I'll tell you what.
And they are followed by Rotary District 7730. These guys are on a float sponsored by Beach Road Furniture. This district, 7730, has members in over 50 clubs across 14 counties in southeastern North Carolina, along with several cause-based virtual clubs. They strive to fulfill community needs using their time, treasure, and talents. We appreciate what they do for their communities.
That we do. Behind them, Brunswick Electric, the 55-foot bucket truck, one of the trucks used to help provide safe, reliable, and affordable energy to homes, schools, farms, and businesses across southeastern North Carolina. Founded in 1939.
It's the North Carolina Vietnam Helicopter Pilots Association, founded in 1989. Their goals to promote and perpetuate the bonds of brotherhood that bind a group of men who have shared and survived an experience fraught with danger, yet filled with the essence of pride and satisfaction. They've represented North Carolina and Vietnam War veterans in 3 presidential inaugural parades.
Very cool.
That's amazing. And their helicopters have visited over 200,000 students in schools in North and South Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, and Florida. And that's at no cost to the public, Gabe.
Very cool. I just want to say out loud, get to the chopper! It just feels right here. Okay, I'm getting booed from the truck. That's how you know it's good. Hey, folks, I want to remind you, our parade coverage here, sponsored by Dozier Memorial Hospital and, of course, our friends at WECT. Going to pause for a quick thank you to our sponsors. We'll be back here with the conclusion of the parade live from Southport in just a moment. And we are back in Southport for the conclusion of the North Carolina 4th of July Festival Parade. Sun Space by Eastern Sunrooms is coming into the intersection next. They have a showroom right here in Southport, and they offer free in-home consultations, now made in the USA. Oh, boy. Look who's coming.
It's the Sudan Hillbillies.
Them Sudan Hillbillies.
Oh, you do that really well, Gabe.
There's a little twang from Southeast Ohio for you.
Okay, that's what it is. That's barely the South, but okay, we'll let it pass this time.
Okay, technically.
They're made of Shriners from Eastern North Carolina. They're 44 years old this year.
Wow.
Not all the people, but the
I was
club.
going to say, the club is.
Yes.
Yeehaw.
And they're active in many parades and civic functions. They have some really cool sounding horns on these old vehicles. And they raise money, of course, for the Shriners Hospitals for Children. And wow, oh, is that a possum that guy is carrying with him?
He's not playing possum, he's driving.
Oh.
Hey, how you doing?
We go together like moonshine in a mason jar.
Oh, I'm getting concerned because they said, hey, Gabe, that might be some family of mine. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, is that man? That man's airing his dirty laundry here just outside of the outhouse. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well, sir.
Are you guys having fun?
We are having a blast out here. Glad to see all these people out here.
Well, happy 4th of July to you. Great to have you here. Be safe and make sure to wipe based on the outhouse that we've got here. And wash your hands. I think that's the most important thing.
Good call. And they are followed by the Andy Bovender team and Lori Insurance Group. They are a local real estate team and insurance group, and they serve Oak Island, the surrounding areas of Brunswick County and Wilmington. It's their second year in the parade.
Got the Life Care folks here as well. Don't want to leave them out as they roll through Lower Cape Fear Life Care, ladies and gentlemen. They provide services, of course, hospice, palliative care, life care, memory partners, and much more. You can donate, by the way, to help them out in their mission at lifecare.org.
And then we've got Blaze Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Plumbing. We welcome them today. They deliver HVAC, electrical, and plumbing services to the customers of Wilmington, North Carolina, and the surrounding areas. They say they're as dependable as man's best friend.
Indochine's here next. You ever eaten an Indochine? I'll tell you what. They've got some delicious food here, folks. They got a couple of their vans, of course, Indochine Express. Worth looking to. I wonder if they're throwing out free samples here. Well, maybe not throwing out, maybe handing out would be great. Nah, I don't see any food anyplace.
You have to finish the parade, Gabe.
So I have to finish the parade. That's just the reality of it. So they've got Austin in the van. He's the manager of all the locations, and in the express van is Mike Cruz, who's the store manager for the Southport Indochine Express location. They've also got 4 locations, of course, one here in Southport, Leland, and they've got the Wilmington locations.
And they're followed by the C Notes Choral Society. They just celebrated the half-century mark last year, which makes them 51 years old in 2025. 100+ members perform in 3 concerts a year: spring, patriotic, and Christmas. Their first performance was in 1974 for the Southport Bicentennial in front of Southport's Old City Hall. And of course, all concerts are free at Odell Williamson Auditorium in Bolivia.
I do love me some Christmas music. That'll be coming up, it looks like, in early December for them. But, of course, we're talking the 4th of July here as Fisher's Roofing Service makes their way to the intersection. We'll have them come through and acknowledge that they're based in Wilmington, known for precision, reliability, top quality results every shingle time.
Oh, you said it.
I nailed it. There we go.
We've got the Southport Yacht Club next. They have been around since 2014. They bring people together through monthly boating, social and educational events, as well as spontaneous pop-up gatherings. They also sponsor the Southport sailboat races with fun after-race parties for members. And they encourage people to join them on the water and get off the dock. And they have a very patriotic puppy in the back of that pickup truck.
Oh, beautiful. Here comes Towboat US, Southport and Ocean Isle. Captain Evan at Towboat US provides free towing for members. They serve the areas of Carolina Beach to the South Carolina line up to 100 miles offshore.
And Gabe, we've got more precision drivers coming up, more Shriners.
More Shriners. They're still a ways down the intersection, and we've got the trailer in front there that will at least get a view of what they represent. But yeah, 10 go-karts in the midst of all of this, if our notes are correct.
Yeah.
They have members in Onslow, Pender, and New Hanover, and Carteret counties. Quite the display. Of course, on the streets, performing in parades like this, support the Shriners Hospital for Children. They say there is no greater feeling than helping a child in need and seeing the outcome.
You know, that's actually scientifically true, Gabe.
Yes.
Do you know that you get a dopamine boost when you help people?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nice.
So I think, if I'm counting correctly, I think there are 8. So before you guys call up the weatherman and say, hey, you can't count, it turns out there are 8. They were still a distance away. So cut us a little slack here. But yeah, Vans Patrol, just as important precision driving as the Roadsters and the Daredevils. Ah, listen to that sound. I don't know if you're a car guy and you appreciate that kind of sound, or if you're thinking, oh, something needs a tune-up, but boy, the roar of that engine. And here they come.
The Sudan Van Patrol.
The Van Patrol.
The
and
Shriners.
if the vans weren't cool enough, the golf cart, our buddy Evan you see there in the shot, man, he's working overtime here today. He's just trying to pick up. They're moving so fast. It's hard. There's a view from his camera right now, and gotta love our camera guys. They're working hard here just to try to keep up with all this. So we thank the Shriners for rolling through here, and it looks like up next we have a nice little display here. Trying to read.
And we'll see what this is. This is Chaplain Colonel Cheryl Gardner Stevens.
Yes.
Yes, he is a 98-year-old World War II
That's
veteran.
right.
He's a native of Johnston County. He was drafted at age 18. He served in Germany from 1945 to 46. When he returned home, he was in the Army Reserve. He taught at the Army Chaplain School. He continues to be active in American Legion Post 141. And last year was his first year in the parade. It was a bucket list item for him. He's thrilled to be back.
It's great to have him here sitting on the passenger side of that truck. Or as the youngsters would say, the passenger side of his best friend's ride. All right. We up next have the Southport
Baptist
Church.
That's right. They exist, they say, to make disciples that make disciples. And they invite you to join them on Sundays at 10:30 for worship right here in Southport at 200 House Street. They also offer groups for all ages on Wednesday nights.
Got some service trucks rolling here. This is truck number 86. So James River Equipment, your local John Deere construction and forestry equipment dealer specializing in parts, sales, service, and rentals. Glad to have them here.
I love the way they deck out these
They
vehicles.
do.
They really make it look patriotic.
And think about it. They've got to haul sometimes equipment in the back of those as well. It's very important to be able to do. Our next float entering the intersection now. It is the...
It's Let Your Dreams
That's
Take
it.
Flight.
The Experimental
This is-
Aircraft Association, Chapter 939. Let your dreams take flight, ladies and gentlemen. They offer Young Eagle flights, aviation summer camps, pilot training, scholarships, other pathways for kids to let their dreams take flight. Located at the Cape Fear Regional Jetport. Intracoastal Realties up next.
This float is sponsored by Intracoastal Realty and Bald Head Island Limited. Riding on the float, we have some very special Brunswick County teachers, students, along with local real estate agents. Since 1976, Intracoastal Realty has grown to 14 offices and 400 plus agents serving southeastern North Carolina. Ooh, and then we've got the Quarter Mile Riders Motorcycle Club, Gabe.
That we do.
They are a self-described brotherhood in the Brunswick County community. They support veterans and senior members in the surrounding area.
Now here's something I've never seen before: a motorcycle strapped to the back of the truck. But I guess that's parade fare here, so
Of course.
it can only make sense, right? But glad to have them here. You can see their the jacket there hanging off the side of the truck. As we see who's coming down the intersection here on this toasty 4th of July
It looks like Heaven's Horseshoe.
It is Heaven's Horseshoe.
They have, is that 4 horses that I'm counting and maybe a poop transport?
There's always a poop transport. Why? Because you can't predict what horses are going to do. That's why we have paved roads and not dirt ones anymore.
Such freedom they have.
Yes, such freedom.
Heaven's Horseshoe is located in Bolivia, North Carolina, right here in Brunswick County. They offer boarding and trail rides, and they host events for equestrians and equestrian enthusiasts. You don't actually have to be an expert. And they provide lessons, so they'll make equestrians out of the enthusiasts.
That they will. And we got to give it up for the poop transport. Again, one of the unsung heroes of the 4th of July parade.
There you see.
Shovels in tow.
The buckets.
The buckets.
The bale of hay.
Give them their roses. Because God knows what they're shoveling up does not smell like roses.
Smells a little like hay. It's kind of natural and less offensive than...
Little barnyard, almost. I believe this is James. No, we've gotten past the James River equipment. This is the Tiki Tavern coming up here. Excuse me. The oldest bar in Southport. They're a 2-time Southport Oak Island Chamber of Commerce Golden Pineapple winner. These awards go to local businesses. It sounds like a train, I can assure you it is not. These awards go to local businesses who offer exceptional customer services. The pineapple, because it's a traditional symbol of hospitality. At the Tiki Tavern, friendly bartenders offer nightly drink specials. They encourage everyone to stop in for a true Tiki bar experience.
And that's where we're going to see Gabe at the end of the parade.
You might. It's either wait in traffic to get out of here or go to the Tiki Tavern.
We have a couple of beauty queens coming up next.
Do.
Dixie Keeter, our newest Southeast Christmas ambassador. Joining her is Paisley White, Miss Coastal Cape Fear Royal Ambassador. Both girls are part of Shell's Bells pageant system.
Yes.
And throughout their reign, they participate in community service projects and raise money for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital.
And next is Princess of Brunswick County, Brooklyn Hewitt, in the Mustang, the 2025 People's Choice winner of the Princess of Brunswick County. A rising 5th grader enjoys playing basketball, volleyball, and softball. You know, when she's not competing, she loves singing in local productions or reading her favorite Percy Jackson novel.
And she's got that queen wave.
She's got it. It's wonderful.
Yes.
Novant
Up next,
Health.
yes, one of their ambulances. Whether you need care for emergencies that happen in the middle of the night, surgery, maternity care, Novant is here for you. They offer advanced medical services with an experienced and compassionate staff. They offer quality care to southeastern North Carolina and have a range of services.
Sudan Drum and Bugle Corps coming up right now. You know, as a former drummer in both high school and at the collegiate level, anytime I see marching drums, I absolutely love it. Looks like we might get treated to a performance.
Ooh. That's fantastic.
It is. The Sudan Shriner Drum and Bugle Corps. We got to keep it together here on this live television here, folks, that we're dealing with. All right, behind them we have
World on the Fly Travel.
Travel.
Yeah, they're co-owned by Wendy Cooper and Amy Geese. They craft bespoke international itineraries.
Okay.
They handle every detail from flights and accommodations to unique experiences for stress-free, unforgettable vacations. Their expertise turns dream trips into reality so you can focus on making memories. World on the Fly Travel.
Live Oak Med Spa up next in Bellhart Marine. All together here, so if you need Botox or, like me, a toupee, they offer advanced skincare, wellness treatments, and expert aesthetic services, enhancing natural beauty and allowing everyone to age however they want. Both businesses prioritize excellent customer satisfaction and industry-leading expertise.
And this bedazzled Jeep is Travel with Shy. That's where your travel dreams come true, whether you want to explore exotic destinations, relax on pristine beaches, embrace the magic, ooh, I like that, or immerse yourself in different cultures. Travel with Shy has you covered on land and sea.
Rebel 42 golf carts will eventually be coming our way, but we have Bethel Baptist Church coming in, a truck with a trailer, 1628 North Howe Street, if you want to check them out.
And then we've got
the North Carolina Queens of Hope, I think?
Yeah, Miss North Carolina Queen of Hope program.
Yeah.
We have 4 preliminary pageants leading up to the North Carolina Queen of Hope state pageant. And today we have queens from each of those pageants on the float. The queens log thousands of hours with various community service projects through the year, and proceeds go to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital.
Next, we have mini majestic White Lake Queen, Sailor McKinley Young. Sailor recently appeared at the North Carolina Blueberry Festival in Burgaw. And I'll tell you what, no better setup than what she's got right now. A shaded umbrella, keeping it cool here on this toasty hot day, waving to the many followers here in Southport.
Then it's Copper by George.
Look at this sculpture.
Right, it's the work of local artist George Kinley, and that American Eagle sculpture is made 100% from copper. You can find some of his work along yacht basin stops such as Mullet Bar, Provisions, and Frying Pan, and of course those are Southport waterfront destinations.
That they are. Up next, Cape Fear Radio, a nonprofit streaming radio station from southeast Brunswick County. They celebrate their first anniversary this year. I had the honor of talking to them this morning before the broadcast. An all-volunteer organization. Their mission is to entertain, inform, enrich the local community. The float sponsored by Novant, Cape Fear Radio, one of the proud sponsors of the North Carolina 4th of July Festival as well.
They're followed by RE/MAX Southern Coast. Shelley Tubner is a trusted realtor with RE/MAX Southern Coast, proudly serving Brunswick County. With a passion for helping families, she brings fun, professionalism, and heart to every transaction.
Check out these ATVs rolling through here. Waist Deep ATV, a local ATV and UTV group. They like to organize group rides and are always looking for kids and adults that share that passion. They have riders of all ages, and they're looking to expand their group. So if you're interested, look them up. Waist Deep ATV.
Those are quite some ATVs.
Those aren't your basic golf carts that you see driving around in some of these communities, that's for sure.
Bad choices make good stories. Okay, on the side of that not a tagline.
Yep, and that may be more an endorsement to get a lawyer. I don't know. We'll have to see. Brunswick County Agriculture Fair and Expo is on down the way. This blue Toyota rolling into the intersection here. This year in October, the first agriculture fair in the county, October 15th through the 19th, takes place in Ash, about 40 miles inland from where we are right now on the coast of Southport. It's about 60 miles from Wilmington. So if you're interested here, agriculture fair coming up in October.
That's right, the first county fair. And they are followed, agriculture, the cow, the corn, of course. They're followed by Downtown Southport, Inc.
Yes.
They're excited and honored to be part of this year's festival parade. This float highlights the John N. Smith Cemetery Restoration Committee and the Southport Historical Society, which are both nonprofit organizations. Their mission, preserving the heritage and charm of Southport, and of course the John N. Smith ceremony, established in 1880, is a key element of Southport's history. We appreciate the folks working hard to chronicle that history.
Well, from Brunswick to New Hanover County, here comes Miss New Hanover County, Brooklyn Lewis, to be specific, a 4th grade teacher and graduate at UNCW. She advocates for a promising future in our education system, loves the beach, her dogs, loves representing her county, welcoming here today in Southport.
She's followed by Miss Junior New Hanover County Brea Ruth Virginia Spencer. Newly crowned, Brea is the daughter of Pastor Faye and Bruce Spencer. She's a rising 5th grader where she attends Harold's Christian Academy, and she's also in the Beta Honor Society.
First Due Services coming through here as well, based here in Southport. A soft washing and pressure washing company owned by a local firefighter. They do commercial and residential washing with affordable and dependable service. The Loggerheads are here.
And you can tell that by looking at them. It's the Oak Island Loggerheads.
I told you my vision wasn't that big.
They're a summer collegiate baseball team located on Oak Island.
Red Box and Dumpster. We got some fire trucks behind them, but Red Box Plus dumpsters at Cape Fear, they make cleanups and construction easier, cleaner, and more efficient. All right, let's get to the fire trucks. Winnebos here.
Yeah, and they're letting us know that. Horns and sirens, volunteer fire department, and they are followed by Boiling Spring Lakes Fire Department. And I think Boiling Spring Lakes brought 3 trucks to the parade today.
I think so too. Truck 471 from Station 4, one of the last to roll through here.
And I guess we're just seeing one right now, because this, Gabe, maybe.
Is it? Waiting with bated breath.
This may be our last float.
It might just be.
The North Carolina 4th of July Festival.
Oh, it is!
Volunteers. So can we hear it for the festival volunteers?
I'll tell you what, they have done such a great job. They do a great job every year of making sure that this parade, this festival goes off without a hitch. We've been working with these guys for months just to make sure this parade coverage goes off well for you folks at home, and to make them in the parade today only seems fitting. Great to see you, Trish. I'll tell you what, she's been here since early this morning.
Yes,
and of course,
she has.
Ladder 1 here wrapping things up with BSL coming through, and one more fire truck.
Another
as
fire
well.
truck. That's right.
This is great. You cannot do a better ending to a parade than this. That's for sure. Engine 42 again, BSL coming in on the back end of that, and I believe we've got, is that one of the Southport police officers in the back?
It is the Southport Police Department. They opened the parade, they're closing the parade, and what a day this has been, Gabe.
Yes.
We so appreciate the patriotism, so appreciate what people have done to pull this all together. The work starts almost as soon as this parade ends for next year's. All this volunteer work, all this patriotism, I said it again, but I'm always impressed by the way people put aside their differences, they come together for this, and they really remind us what it means to be part of a community and part of the larger American community.
That we do. There's no doubt about it. We live in very polarizing times, but it's important to remember that we're all community members here, and despite our many differences, we have a lot of similarities. So I guess if we can leave you with anything here on this 4th of July, it's be kind to one another. Understand the differences with those who you may not see eye to eye with here, and it'll make the world a better place and certainly make things happier for you. Well, I'll tell you what, this was a wonderful parade. So many excellent floats that have come through here. Real quick, I've got to give a shout out to our amazing production crew that's working. John Ware on camera, Eric Weir, Evan Coughlin, who's running the handheld for us, Tom Cheatham directing traffic, director Brian Bruneau in the truck. Back at the station, we've got Corey Priest in the producer's chair, and Scotty Pachillas bringing us all those lower thirds in and everything beautiful. And of course, our amazing engineering team, Bob Waybrecht. He actually brought his daughter here to help us out today. And
She brought us a
She
fan.
brought us fans,
Thank you.
bottles of water. Cannot thank you enough. And of course, everyone at WECT and Dozier for supporting us. So with that, of course, we're cutting in a little bit to WECT News at midday. That is going to be coming your way next. Remember, you can watch this on repeat on WECT.com if you missed any part of it. And you can stream past parades, ladies and gentlemen, on our streaming platforms. Of course, the YouTube page, the WECT News app on your Apple TV, your Amazon Fire Stick, on the Roku channel. Go all the way back in time as we think we've got parades back to 2007. Kim Ratcliffe, of course, our good friend Bob Townsend involved in some of those parades as well. We wish Bob a speedy recovery as he gets over a little procedure that he's had done here recently. But just a wonderful look back and time capsule that we have in store for you.
That's so neat that you guys did this, and we appreciate all the hands and hearts that it took to come together and make this happen. And we do hope that our viewers remember what this is all about, which is coming together and remembering that your neighbor really is your neighbor, and you do have more similarities than differences. So thanks for being with us today. We really appreciate it.
That we do. For Rachel Lewis-Hilburn, I'm Gabe Ross. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next year right back here in Southport for the North Carolina 4th of July Festival Parade. Take care.
Thank you for watching the North Carolina 4th of July Festival